Oil. It's the lifeblood of modern civilization, fueling industries, powering economies, and shaping geopolitics. But as the world hurtles towards a future driven by renewable energy, Saudi Arabia finds itself at a crossroads. Picture this: a world where oil demand hits its peak, where electric cars dominate the streets, and where renewable energy reigns supreme. That's the future the International Energy Agency paints, a future where oil dominance wanes, potentially by as soon as 2028. Now, don't get me wrong, oil isn't disappearing overnight. It's the raw material for everything from your polyester shirt to life-saving medications. But make no mistake, the global shift away from oil is underway. The EU and Japan pledged to go all electric by 2035. America and China are pouring billions into renewable energy. It's clear, the era of oil supremacy is on borrowed time. But if there's one person sweating bullets over this shift, it's Mohammed bin Salman, the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia. Why? Well, besides the towering skyscrapers and vast deserts, Saudi Arabia sits on an ocean of oil, nearly a fifth of the world's proven reserves. Let's put it into perspective. Saudi Arabia's Ghawar Fields, the largest onshore oil field, could pump out enough black gold to rival entire countries, and it's not alone. Safaniya, the largest offshore field, and Abqaiq, the world's largest oil processing facility, make Saudi Arabia an oil titan. Here's the kicker: Saudi oil is dirt cheap to extract, around $4 a barrel compared to the $40 it costs to frack shale in America. With this economic advantage, Saudi Arabia stands as the world's second largest oil producer and the undisputed king of exports. But here's where the plot thickens. As the world inches away from oil, Saudi Arabia faces a dilemma. How does it maintain its grip on power when its greatest asset becomes a liability? It's a high-stakes gamble. Will Saudi Arabia adapt and diversify its economy, or will it cling to its black gold until the last drop? The clock is ticking for Mohammed bin Salman. The world is changing, and Saudi Arabia must change with it or risk being left behind in the dust of history. So picture this: Saudi Arabia sitting on top of one heck of an oil reserve. We're talking massive here, folks. But here's the twist: they're not pumping out as much oil as they could. Why, you ask? Well, it's all part of a little thing called OPEC. You see, Saudi Arabia has been playing ball with OPEC, cutting back on production to keep those oil prices soaring. Fast forward to 2022. Supply shocks from global openings and a little thing called the Ukraine war sent oil prices skyrocketing. And guess who's raking in the dough? That's right, Saudi Aramco, the big daddy of all state-owned oil companies, reporting a jaw-dropping $161 billion in profits. I mean, come on, even Apple would envy those numbers. Saudi Arabia is dancing on a tightrope here. They're like that guy at the casino who's all in on red. Why? Because they've put almost all their eggs in one oily basket. We're talking 40% of their real GDP, 70% of their exports, and a whopping 75% of government revenue, all riding on the back of that precious oil. And let me tell you about their economy. It's a bit of a head-scratcher. No income tax, a hefty chunk of the population made up of foreign contract workers, and more than half the workforce on the government payroll. Yeah, talk about putting all your chips on black gold. Saudi Arabia is sitting on a gold mine, no doubt about it. But with the world inching towards renewable energy and oil prices playing a game of roulette, the Saudis are staring down the barrel of uncertainty. Will they stick to their oil guns and ride it out, or will they diversify their economy and hedge their bets? It's a high-stakes gamble, my friends, and the clock is ticking. Will Saudi Arabia make it rain with oil money for years to come, or will they find themselves in a desert of economic woes? Only time will tell. Saudi Arabia is raking in what we call oil rent. Basically, it's cashing in on its massive oil reserves. But here's the kicker: their economy? It's like a one-trick pony, heavily reliant on oil. And with the world eyeing up greener pastures, Saudi Arabia is facing a tough choice. Instead of scaling back on oil, they're going full throttle, ramping up production like there's no tomorrow. And here's the twist: despite swimming in oil money, they're keeping their wallets shut tight. Why, you ask? Well, they're gearing up for one heck of a gamble. They're aiming to become a regional powerhouse in finance and logistics, with cities like Riyadh and Jeddah leading the charge. And when it comes to science, they're leaving no stone unturned, investing in everything from AI to flying cars. They're not just building for themselves, they're rolling out the red carpet for tourists, with jaw-dropping attractions like the Jeddah Tower, set to be the tallest building in the world. And Neom, a futuristic city straight out of a sci-fi movie. Imagine this: a ski resort in the desert, a cube hosting a mini-city, and a dopamine paradise where you can indulge in everything from water parks to esports stadiums. I mean, talk about pulling out all the stops. We're talking about a whopping 170 kilometers of futuristic cityscape. Why, you ask? Brace yourselves. Because Saudi Arabia is aiming to lure in a cool 100 million tourists annually by 2030. And get this, they want these tourism bucks to make up at least 10% of their GDP. That's some serious cash. But hold on, it's not just about building a city. Saudi Arabia is looking to shake things up, spreading the tourism love beyond the holy city of Mecca. Sure, Mecca's got its draw for Muslim pilgrims, but Saudi Arabia wants to diversify its tourism portfolio. Mohammed bin Salman himself admits that Saudi Arabia is hooked on oil. And Vision 2030? It's the antidote they're betting on. Diversifying the economy isn't just about growth, it's about national security. Enter the private sector, Saudi Arabia's golden ticket to financial independence. They're rolling out the red carpet for businesses, whether it's encouraging women to join the workforce, wooing foreign investors, or just splashing cash left, right, and center. But here's where it gets tricky. When money's no object, how do you know what's actually working? Throw enough cash at anything and it's bound to look profitable. And let's not forget, all this money ultimately traces back to those oil reserves. Enter the Public Investment Fund, Saudi Arabia's Hail Mary pass. With over $700 billion in assets, this behemoth of a fund is their ticket out of the oil rut. It's a mixed bag, investing in everything from Uber to Nintendo, and it's inching closer to that $1 trillion mark. But here's the real challenge: fiscal wizardry. It's not just about throwing money around, it's about making it count. And with the Crown Prince at the helm, Saudi Arabia is banking on more than just fiscal responsibility, they're banking on magic. Mohammed bin Salman, or MB as he's often called, is pulling out all the stops to wean Saudi Arabia off its oil dependency. And one of his biggest weapons in this fight? The Public Investment Fund, or PIF for short. And what do they do with all this cash? Well, they're investing in the future, my friends. Infrastructure, healthcare, education, you name it. The goal? To create a more diversified and resilient economy. One that's not so dang reliant on black gold. But here's where it gets interesting. The Saudi royal family isn't just sitting on their hands. Oh no, they're flexing their financial muscles on a global scale. From tech giants to video game companies, from electric vehicles to travel. You name it, they've got their fingers in the pie. Saudi Arabia is sitting pretty on a sea of oil, but instead of clinging to the old ways, they're looking towards a bold new future. How? By shaking up the social contract. In the past, it was simple: obedience in exchange for oil money. But now, they're rewriting the rules. They're talking about cool ski resorts, the World Cup, and yes, even video games. Talk about a modern twist. And who's leading the charge? Well, it's the young guns. 2/3 of Saudis are under 35, hungry for adventure and excitement. So, Saudi Arabia is rolling out the red carpet for them, with new freedoms like women driving and theaters popping up. But here's the kicker. It's not just about having a good time, it's about getting to work. You see, Saudi Arabia's got a workforce problem. Too many folks lounging in cushy government jobs, not enough skilled workers driving the economy forward. So what's the plan? It's all about upskilling, baby. They're pumping billions into industries like AI, EVs, and petrochemicals, hoping to spark innovation and create a nation of high achievers. But here's the catch. They need a way to measure success. Back in East Asia, exports were the yardstick, but for Saudi Arabia, it's a whole new ballgame. They need to figure out how to track progress without relying on oil money. And that's where the gamble comes in. They're betting big on becoming a highly skilled economy by 2030. It's a bold move, but if they pull it off, it could pay off big time. Now, I know what you're thinking. What about the people? Well, that's the million-dollar question. Will this gamble trickle down to the average Saudi? Or will it be a case of all show and no dough? Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments. Saudi Arabia's $800 billion transformation into a haven for wanderlust seekers. Picture this, a landscape morphing before your eyes, adorned with private islands, luxury hotels, theme parks, and even a ski resort in the desert. The question lingers though, if they build it, will you come? Cue the suspenseful music. Bid adieu to your preconceived notions, for the new cities, resorts, and hotels of Saudi Arabia are about to undergo a major facelift. Brace yourselves for a journey through opulence and innovation as we delve into this Arabian travel revolution. First stop, Siala, a 7-star private island paradise boasting not one, not two, but 3 ultra-luxurious hotels, 38 haute cuisine restaurants, and marinas fit for super yachts. Fancy a futuristic escapade? Behold Qiddiya, a city of 600,000, rising like a mirage from the desert sands, dedicated entirely to the realm of esports and gaming. Talk about leveling up. But wait, there's more. Imagine Troan, a space-age ski resort defying all odds by perching atop the high desert. Yes, you heard that right, skiing in the desert. And then there's the Red Sea, A sprawling aquatic wonderland adorned with 50 luxury resorts and 8,000 hotel rooms spread across 22 islands reminiscent of a Maldivian paradise, all powered by the forces of wind and solar energy. Mother Nature approves. And if adrenaline is your poison, prepare for the thrill of a lifetime at The Rig, a $5 billion adventure theme park nestled on an offshore oil platform. A theme park on an oil rig? Only in Saudi Arabia, my friends. But wait, there's more to this Arabian tale. Saudi Arabia isn't just building for landlubbers. It's setting sail to become a major cruise destination. With Cruise Saudi's recent acquisition of a $300 million ship, the kingdom is charting its course into the high seas. New roads, airports, golf courses, and cruise terminals are sprouting from the desert sands faster than you can say Aladdin's magic carpet ride. The map is literally being redrawn before our very eyes. In this whirlwind of ambition and innovation, Saudi Arabia is not merely constructing buildings, it's crafting experiences, weaving dreams, and redefining what it means to be a global travel destination. So pack your bags, fellow adventurers, for the journey of a lifetime awaits in the land where the old meets the new, and dreams take flight amidst the sands of time. It's not just a transformation, it's an invitation to witness history in the making. Picture this. As we speak, new hotels are springing up like desert flowers, boasting thousands of freshly minted rooms. And guess who's joining the party? Only the creme de la creme of the hospitality world. Names like Ritz-Carlton, Four Seasons, St. Regis, Fairmont, Marriott, Hilton, Hyatt, and Intercontinental are all clamoring to be part of this epic construction frenzy. It's like a who's who of luxury hospitality, and they're all vying for a piece of the action in Saudi Arabia's red-hot construction pipeline. Now, let's zoom in on the crown jewel of this grand transformation, Neom. This mammoth $500 billion project is taking shape in the northwest region of Saudi Arabia, stretching over a mind-boggling 10,200 square miles. To put that into perspective, it's roughly the size of Albania. Situated between the Red Sea and the Gulf of Aqaba, Neom is a vision of grandeur, bankrolled by Saudi Arabia's massive $700 billion public investment fund. But what exactly is Neom? Think of it as Saudi Arabia's moonshot in tourism. It's a bold endeavor born out of Vision 2030, the kingdom's ambitious plan to break free from its reliance on oil and diversify its economy. And Neom is at the forefront of this revolution, aiming to reinvent Saudi Arabia as a global tourism powerhouse. At its core, Neom is more than just a collection of buildings. It's a testament to Saudi Arabia's determination to reshape its destiny. It's about creating new cities, resorts, and other developments that push the boundaries of what's possible. Let me tell you folks, this ain't your average construction project. It's a full-blown reimagining of an entire region. But why should you care about what's happening in Saudi Arabia? Well, for starters, this ain't your grandpa's Middle East. Gone are the days of oil derricks and desert nomads. Today, Saudi Arabia is stepping onto the world stage with confidence, offering travelers a glimpse into a future where luxury knows no bounds. So, what's the takeaway from all this? Simply put, Saudi Arabia's transformation cannot be ignored. Whether you're a globetrotter, a business mogul, or just someone with a thirst for adventure, the kingdom's bold vision for the future is something you'll want to keep an eye on. Flashback to 2016, where the kingdom's tourism ambitions seem nothing short of fantastical, luring in a staggering 100 million visitors annually, while boosting tourism's economic contribution from a modest 3% to a whopping 10%, all within a mere 14 years. A lofty goal, you might say, but hold on to your hats, because this is just the beginning of a remarkable journey. Fast forward to 2019, and Saudi Arabia shakes the world with a series of game-changing announcements. Enter e-visas and visas on arrival for travelers from 49 countries, including the United States. But that's not all. In a move that reverberated across the globe, female visitors were granted exemption from the traditional abaya, that head-to-toe robe, and were given the freedom to explore sans male companion. Talk about breaking barriers and rewriting the rulebook. Since flinging open its doors to the international travel market, Saudi Arabia has pulled out all the stops with a speed and fervor that has left even the most seasoned tourism analysts slack-jawed in astonishment. The World Travel and Tourism Council puts the kingdom's spending spree at a mind-boggling $800 billion and counting, a figure that would make even the most extravagant holiday spender blush. But what does this whirlwind transformation entail, you ask? Picture this: a landscape brimming with private islands, luxury hotels, theme parks, and even a ski resort smack dab in the heart of the desert. And it's not just any ski resort. We're talking space age, defy the laws of gravity kind of ski resort. The Red Sea, once a maritime marvel, is now a sprawling aquatic playground adorned with luxury resorts, and powered entirely by renewable energy sources. It's a vision of sustainability and splendor that's as awe-inspiring as it is ambitious. And let's not forget Neom, the crown jewel of Saudi Arabia's tourism revolution. Sprawling over an area the size of Albania, Neom is a testament to the kingdom's boundless vision and unwavering determination to carve out a new destiny. With cities, resorts, and developments rising from the desert sands, Neom is more than just a destination. It's a bold declaration of intent, a beacon of hope for a brighter, bolder future. But amidst the glitz and glamour, one thing remains abundantly clear. Saudi Arabia's transformation is not just about bricks and mortar. It's about rewriting the narrative, challenging perceptions, and embracing the spirit of possibility. Saudi Arabia beckons with open arms and a promise of adventure like no other. But what's truly jaw-dropping is the breakneck speed and unwavering dedication with which Saudi Arabia pursues its transformation. The World Travel and Tourism Council estimates a jaw-dropping $800 billion already invested, with no signs of slowing down. And it's not just about the dollars and cents. It's about the influx of foreign investments pouring into the kingdom, heralding a new era of prosperity. In 2023 alone, Saudi Arabia welcomed over 24 million foreign arrivals, a number poised to skyrocket to nearly 37 million by 2030, according to Euromonitor projections. But wait, there's more. Factor in domestic travelers' expenditures and the ripple effect of 1 million new tourism jobs, and the economic impact becomes downright astronomical. Now, hold on to your camel saddles because we're about to drop a bombshell. By 2032, Saudi Arabia's tourism sector could contribute a staggering $169 billion to its GDP, representing a jaw-dropping 17.1% of the entire Saudi economy. That's not just a transformation, it's a revolution. But Saudi Arabia isn't just preparing for the future, it's shaping it. Roughly 90% of young Chinese travelers and 70% of Gen Z travelers from the UK, Australia, and India crave experiences that transcend the ordinary. Let's not sugarcoat it. Tackling a plethora of giga projects all at once comes with colossal financial risks, even for a country with pockets as deep as the kingdom's. The specter of debt looms large. But fear not, for Saudi Arabia's debt-to-GDP ratio, while higher than a decade ago, still pales in comparison to other nations. Saudi Arabia grapples with a PR problem that refuses to budge. Among would-be travelers, particularly from the West, concerns linger over the kingdom's strict laws on drinking and the plight of women. Let's not forget the shadow cast by allegations of human rights abuses and attacks against journalists. In 2021, the U.S. pointed fingers at Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman for the tragic murder of journalist Jamal Khashoggi. It's a stain on Saudi Arabia's reputation, one that won't easily fade. So what's the verdict? Saudi Arabia's journey towards becoming a tourism powerhouse is riddled with obstacles, but the allure of its untapped potential is undeniable. As the kingdom charts its course into uncharted waters, the world is watching, eager to see what unfolds in this captivating Arabian tale. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments.
15 ways to define success. Is success really about wealth and fame? Or is there more to it? Today we're breaking down 15 different ways to define success that might help you rethink your own goals and aspirations. Stick with us to the end. You might just discover a new perspective on what success means for you. And hey, if you find value in this, don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more inspiring content. Success is waking up with energy and inner peace. Success can be as simple as waking up each day excited for what lies ahead and feeling at peace with yourself. Think about this. When was the last time you woke up feeling truly aligned with your life, without the rush to prove anything or to chase after the next big thing? Ask yourself, if your mornings were calm, focused, and purposeful, wouldn't that already feel like success? Remember, it's not just about having a good night's sleep. It's about having a life that supports peace of mind. Success is becoming the person your younger self would admire. Let's take a trip down memory lane. Think back to your childhood dreams. Who did you want to be? Success isn't just about meeting external goals, like buying a house or getting a promotion. It's about growing into someone your younger self would be proud of. Ask yourself, would your childhood self admire the person you are today? Are you still connected to those values, those dreams that made you feel alive as a kid? Sometimes, returning to those early passions can give us a clearer idea of what success really means. Success is uplifting those around you. What happens when you walk into a room? Do you light it up with your energy? Success isn't just about how far you've come. It's about how you lift others as you climb. True success involves helping others see possibilities they didn't know existed. Think for a second. How do you help others grow? Maybe it's by offering a kind word of encouragement or sharing your knowledge. Let's make this interactive. Leave a comment below and share one way you've recently helped someone in your life. We'd love to hear your stories. Success is knowing when you have enough. Here's a big one. When do you stop chasing? The pursuit of more, whether it's money, recognition, or status, can feel endless. But real success comes when you realize what you have is enough. That's when you can truly appreciate the present. Let's pause for a moment. Do you feel content with what you have right now, or are you still chasing more? What would change if you focused more on gratitude and less on pursuit? Success is mastering the key areas of life. Success is not one-dimensional. Think about the key pillars of your life: financial security, health, relationships, personal growth, and spiritual well-being. Success is about balance in these areas. You don't want to thrive in one and neglect the others, right? So, let's reflect. Which of these areas could use more of your attention right now? Is it your health, your relationships, or perhaps your personal growth? Balance is the key to long-term fulfillment. Success is raising children who still want to spend time with you as adults. For parents, success is more than just raising independent, strong children. It's about building relationships that last well into their adulthood, where your kids still want to spend time with you. Parents out there, think about this. What kind of relationship are you fostering with your children? Are you setting the foundation for a connection that will last beyond their growing up years? Success in parenting often shows itself in those precious moments of mutual respect and love. Success is living a life that inspires others. When you inspire others, whether intentionally or not, that's a clear sign of success. Who in your life is watching you, being silently motivated by your journey? It's not about becoming famous or having a massive following. It's about living your truth in a way that sparks something in others. Ask yourself, what part of your life do you think inspires others the most? Is it your work ethic, your resilience, or maybe your kindness? Share your thoughts in the comments. We'd love to hear what motivates you to be that inspiration for others. Success is exceeding your own expectations. Have you ever looked back and thought, wow, I never thought I'd make it this far? Success is when you surpass your own expectations. At the start of the journey, your dreams may have seemed too big. But now, here you are, standing tall, having achieved what once felt impossible. Take a moment to think. What's something you've achieved that you once thought was out of reach? Reflecting on those victories can be empowering, reminding you that success is often about the personal hurdles you overcome. Success is finding where you truly belong. We all want to belong somewhere. A community, a group of friends, or a workplace where we feel valued and accepted for who we are. Success is when you find that place where you truly fit in, without having to wear a mask. Have you found your place yet? Or are you still searching? If you're still on the journey to finding your tribe, know that the search itself is part of the success story. Success is turning admiration into mutual respect. Admiration is one thing, but mutual respect is another. As you grow, the people you once looked up to might start to see you as an equal. That's a milestone in personal and professional growth. Think about your mentors or role models. Have you reached that point where admiration has transformed into mutual respect? It's a powerful feeling to stand alongside those you once aspired to be like. Success is having control over your life. We all crave freedom, the ability to live life on our own terms, to make choices that align with our values, free from external pressure. Success is about having that control, being able to shape your life the way you want. Do you feel in control of your life? If not, what's one thing you could change today to take back some of that control? Success is embracing your authentic self. Success means being able to live fully as yourself, without fear of judgment. It's when you're no longer pretending or trying to fit into someone else's mold. Let's reflect. Are you showing up as your authentic self? When you can embrace who you are, that's when you've reached a deeper level of success. Success is seeing yourself as successful. Success doesn't have to be validated by others. It's about how you see yourself. Do you see yourself as successful? This is a crucial question because the most important definition of success is your own. Success is leaving a lasting impact. What do you want to be remembered for? Success isn't just about the present. It's about the legacy you leave behind. Whether it's through your work, your relationships, or the impact you make on your community. True success endures. Success is being so fulfilled, you wouldn't trade your life for anything. Finally, the ultimate success is when you've built a life so fulfilling that you wouldn't trade it for anything. Not for more money, more recognition, or more fame. Would you trade your life for anything else right now? If the answer is no, congratulations, you're already living your success story. So, how do you define success? Drop a comment below. We'd love to hear your thoughts. And if this video helped you think about success differently, make sure to give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and hit that subscribe button for more content like this. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Goodbye.